Okay, let's try professional audio settings. I don't know if you can hear that. Let's see, audio output spatial area. So I was just talking with my friend Candace. Candace was this. Let's try this. Okay. Wish they had a start button here. Fuck. Well, here I am, and I'm doing it. I'm going to share my screen. A lot of people have shown interest in Claude, especially after it said screw you to the Department of War. And I'm just going to take that down there so we don't get a recursive window, at least on my side. I'm looking through notes. Welcome to Claude. Claude welcomes you. I welcome you. We all welcome you. Claude, I don't care if this video sucks. You know, this afternoon it started snowing again and it's crazy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, let's just share screen, screw it. You may have been thinking about moving to Claude. If you are thinking about moving to Claude, you might also want to consider somebody who knows the way around AI. I've been using it almost daily for the past 3 years, testing it, kicking it. I ain't one of them fancy pants kiddos that is gonna pretend to be something they're not, but I got a lot more life experience than them, so suck it. In the meantime, what does that do? Whoa, nice and big. Let's just go small. And let's also see what that looks like on maybe. I'm just here to fail, and it's, you know, when you fail, you succeed because you at least freaking tried, right? Like, here we go. I am Donovan Rittenbach. Who's Donovan Rittenbach? I'm so glad you asked. I am the author of Prompt Virtuoso, Secret Techniques to Amplify Your Intelligence and Not Get Hacked by AI. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say screw this, and I'm going to make it mastering, how to master Claude, Gemini, and ChatGPT. Yeah. It's a digital book. I can keep printing it, and one of these days I'm gonna freaking, it's gonna work big time. Okay, that needs a little bit of work. Yeah, totally needs work. I know. Interesting. By the way, Claude has some good protections against this. I just need to keep coming back to this and remember, Donovan, you do know what the hell you're talking about. What is that? Okay, clearly I gotta come back to this page. In the meantime, I am going to show you some of the cool shit that I have built with Claude. We're going to cover a lot of interesting things. One of the things that we're going to discuss is probably going to be, it's going to artifacts. Your artifacts. Ooh, I should have published an artifact. Claude will return soon. That's no fun. Let's try that again. Alrighty. Here we go. App. Crazy Thought Explorer. This is kind of blowing my mind because this is something that I have been vibe coding. It's how to think, because a lot of people can't think very well. And let's just publish this artifact. Interesting. Let's get that embed code. Allowed domains. We're gonna go my AI web guy and donovanrittenbach.com. And this, let me just quick save that little sucker. By the way, just came up with this killer pitch today. That's gonna be the one to fucking do, right? I don't care, nobody's fucking watching anyways. So what I'm gonna do, whoops. I can't log in because I'd be insecure. Let's do this. This is a tool that I've been working on that I consider to be my proprietary IP. This IP is part of a bitchin' tool that I've been working on, and here it is, the Thinking Elements Explorer. I vibe coded all of this. Let's walk through what this is. 36 ways humans think and how to fix them. I did it partially with Sonnet 4.6 right here, but the past couple weeks I've been doing it with Opus 4.6, which has been amazing. I hear good things about ChatGPT 5.4. I just don't got time for it. I'm good here. I should know more about it, but clients don't ask about it, so in the meantime, here we go. I think, therefore, I am the middle finger of life, flipping off the absurdity of existence. The Thinking Explorer. We have one mode here that has fundamental, consciousness, analytical, styles of thinking, creative. These are my favorite. Social types of thinking, strategic thinking, pathological thinking, mythological thinking and hybrid thinking, which I think is super cool. Let's take and, for example, go into Zen thinking. So what it does, seeing past either and or thinking, breaks through limits of normal reasoning, deep meditation, spiritual growth, getting past mental walls you didn't know you had. What changes you think this way? Get you past black and white thinking, opens direct insight that skips the usual mental chatter. So let's do paradoxical logic or mystical understanding. It's kind of a tough call. It's now going to synthesize that combo. And let's see what it comes up with. The fusion of paradox-breaking consciousness with archetypal narrative creates a cognitive state where contradictions become gateways rather than barriers. This compound allows you to hold opposing truths simultaneously while recognizing the deeper story pattern that contains them both. Ancient wisdom traditions call this the gateless gate, using mythic frameworks to guide seekers through paradoxes that rational mind cannot resolve. Applications: resolving seemingly impossible dilemmas by reframing them as hero journeys test. Anyways, I don't know how much to read this. A mediator helps divorced parents see their conflict as two valid but incomplete chapters of a larger story about their children's well-being, dissolving the either and or battle. A startup founder presents their pivot not as failure or success, but as the archetypal descent and return that makes the company's eventual triumph meaningful. Therapist guides a client past should I stay or should I go paralysis by revealing how the question itself is the threshold guardian in their personal transformation myth. Okay, that was koan resonance, my mythic. Interesting. Not my favorite. Hey, there's some mythological. Let's go with I'm gonna add sacred. Ooh. And then we're gonna go, how about lateral thinking? And it's gonna mix those two together in the lab, the wizard's lab. My freaking wizard's lab. The compound of sacred and lateral thinking creates a cognitive process that reframes the obstacles as meaningful waypoints rather than barriers. Instead of forcing through resistance, it reveals how constraints themselves may be pointing towards deeper purpose. The sacred grounds the lateral movement, ensuring creative reframes. So a doctor unable to cure a terminal patient reframes their role from fixing to bearing witness to a sacred transition, discovering profound purpose in presence rather than an intervention. Well, that's all super interesting. Something that makes this look badass is go into dark mode. Look at dark mode. Dark mode is sweet. Dark mode is nice glowy. Nice and glowy. Different font style too, right? And let's throw in social. I'm going to put in some empathy. Authentic leadership, compassionate. Let's go authentic leadership. Will this even save my combo? I would be amazed if it actually saves it. The ability to feel into others' emotional landscapes while simultaneously mapping long-term relational dynamics and power structures. Okay, anyways, bitchin', we're gonna go into Thinko, which is a AI-powered chat. And I'm stuck on a problem and need a completely different way to look at it. currently in the lab is empathy and strategic. So you're trying to win the game when you should be changing it. When Sarah Blakely couldn't get pantyhose manufacturers to listen to her footless tights ideas, she stopped pitching. She cut the feet off her own pantyhose, wore them under white pants to a meeting, and showed them the product already worked. She didn't argue. She made the no relevant. Irrelevant. She made the no irrelevant. The manufacturers weren't the enemy. The old question was. Ooh, I fucking love that. So I'm going to copy that to my clipboard. You know, that could be a killer prompt. This is just this is my passion project. And because nobody knows how to think, and they clearly need to learn how to think. So let me help them. And the way to do that is what? Let's pop into this. Wow, I feel like this is a post. I'm going to say that's a post. Anyhow, so what have I learned here? First of all, thanks Candace. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. Candace. You know, why is AI so verbose? Here's the transcription. Core thread. Processing a transcription from an audio recording. That's a cool workflow. I could talk about that. Audio to recording to notes to transcription to Claude to meeting notes. We're so fucked. Okay. The group landed on YouTube over podcast for Donovan's use cases. Lower overhead. Zoom is already paid for. YouTube has actual SEO and AEO value. AI platforms pull YouTube content if the channel has the setting enabled. Donovan flagged that most people don't even know the switch exists. And collabs that get people's audiences tagged. A podcast layered on top makes sense later if there's a reason for it. Okay, Donovan's on a self-assessment. 1,000 days of LinkedIn content didn't generate direct revenue. The insight that landed. He's not solving the problem. He's solving a real problem for people. He's just not getting paid for it. That's the gap to close, not the format question. What was left on the table? Donovan was thinking out loud about the podcast as a voice of customer research tool. Because fuck yeah, why not? Record conversations with potential clients, run them through AI to extract problems and patterns and learn what the market actually needs. Candace's take was that was more of a YouTube collab than a podcast. All right. So what is Donovan's action plan? Based on the conversations, immediate revenue move, one paying client that I'm going to dive into here momentarily. The Steve Debris is the most promising near-term threat. He's potential channel partner who gets the pitch instantly, has the right client based on the Pura Nature water filtration client is a ready-made use case. Follow up with Steve. Move that forward. Okay, that's a good strategic point and piece of advice, right? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy that into my Thinko. Let's just do that now. Fuck it. And let's see what Thinko says. I want that to be able to move all the way over. This isn't a which direction problem, it's a you already know problem. When David Ogilvy wrote the Rolls-Royce headline, he didn't invent anything. He spent 3 weeks reading about the car, found one engineer's comment about clock noise at 60 miles an hour and put it first. The insight was already there. He just stopped pretending he didn't see it. You just laid out your entire strategy in perfect clarity. Steve is the channel, the demo is the close, YouTube is the authority engine, June is the urgency, the 10K diagnostic is the product. You're not stuck. You're hesitating because now you have to actually do it. Thanks. What you need, I have empathy and strategic, and what I need is heroic. The willingness to commit to the path I already see. Fuck yeah. Good job, pal. Bake the Thinko. Let's go back. We're gonna step out back to dark mode, to light mode. I like working in this mode better. Doesn't that look clean? Can you make the Thinko window so it can expand up to 100%? So that's how easy it is to code in freaking Claude. I'm gonna teach you how to make a killer application in Claude. This is gonna kill the no-code world. Crazy, right? So it's gone through, it made the update. Funk. See if it lets us. Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna paste this big freaking thing into it. Let's go to copy that. I'm just gonna. So when I swiped up like that, it actually selected everything in the window. You don't have to go all the way up. That's a pretty sweet little time saver. I'm just gonna drop that in here to Thinko. Uh-oh. 75% of the weekly limit. Yeah, I got 1 day left. Let's see how long this takes to process. Maybe I shouldn't have done it quite like that. But hey, we're gonna test it and see if we break it. What was covered? Tell me the tower. That's interesting. Okay, so it kind of got hacked. It's not really an application. The wise marketer does not chase the customer. He arranges the river so the fish swim to him. Steve already knows this. He positions clients as oranges, not apples, but hesitates because he thinks he must become worthy before he can act. This is backwards. You become worthy by acting. Okay. The training window closes in silence. Wu Wei is not waiting. It is effortless positioning that makes all future effort unnecessary. Okay. I'm going to really try to do that. Thank you so much. And with that, my amigos, I am going to stop.